jump into today's topic, which is
love languages. Talk to me
now.
in your love language.
If you don't know,
Sorry, that's my John. Sorry.
Am I really that much to handle? Breaking these niggas down like a camel. You don't really know you are.
what's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Wind Down Wednesday with Monet. And
Asia.
I know you guys missed us. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. We missed you guys too. Before we get into a recap of a little somebody's birthday, do not forget, if you don't already, Dragon Glassware, your Barbie wine glasses. You already know we always have them with us. And
You already know.
if
Big Frida.
if you haven't gotten your glasses yet, what are you waiting for? Literally, this is what, the 4th episode? We are 4 episodes in, and we had a tiny hiatus. Plenty of time for you to get your wine glasses. And on top of that, I think it is, what is it called? Amazon. What's the special called that they're doing right now?
Amazon Prime Day, I guess.
Go in there and see if they're on sale, because you could probably get them for cheaper than I did. Therefore, get your wine glasses. Anywho, sister girl, what is your birthday recap? Tell us where we have been.
Well, these past,
3
3 weeks have been insane. Your girl is single, first of all. All that my man, that's dead, okay? But after that, I had a great birthday. My sister threw me a nice little surprise party. My sister and my friends, they got me, had me coming in here looking crazy. I was definitely Libran. You know how that go. I had an attitude.
Big attitude. Not little attitude. I mean, hand on the hip, mad face attitude.
Because they had me thinking I'm about to go out and get it. And I ain't like how my pants was fitting. Like, it was cool to be in the house or whatever, so I still would have fit. But it was like I didn't want to be uncomfortable out of the house.
Listen.
So they had me think I'm thinking about to rush home and change my clothes. Little did I know, these niggas, these people is here. So then, if you've seen the surprise video, I was very much surprised, but it was hard to go from me having an attitude about my pants, and then I'm like, oh, y'all hoes really got me. Okay.
And we did. All mapped out. We've literally been planning it for like a month. We got mom in it. We got everybody in it. Everybody knew. How did we surprise you? What did mom call you and say?
My mom acting like she in pain and she got a stomach ache and she need a damn ginger ale. But I was still coming over here anyway because I thought I had to change my damn pants. That's why I came in here with my pants the way they did, cut out and everything. But it was a good birthday. I had a good time. She had Allie distracting me all day. Shout out to you, Allie, and Anaya, my Libra twin. I want to thank her personally because it takes a very selfless person to put their own birthday aside to make sure somebody else's birthday is special. So Anaya, I really appreciate you. Sissy, I appreciate you. Allie, everybody. She even called my Philly friends, my old work friends, like everybody was here. So everybody was lying to me. So I was a G then, but I woke up the next morning crying because I really felt loved, especially after all the BS I've been through in the past couple weeks. But we went to the art museum. I'm very much a museum girl. I like doing that. That's fun for me. Call me boring if you want, but I like museums.
Museums are fun.
So went to different art museums, took pictures, went out to eat. They had me drinking all day. I drank from 1 p.m. till 4 a.m. the next day. But it was lit. I went to Florida, had me a good time. So I had a good birthday. This birthday I felt really loved. She'll probably show you a little clips in there, how I look, You see it.
We see the hair.
You see it because, I don't get my hair done unless it's an occasion because he's ready to come out. But I had a good birthday. I had a good birthday, especially after all the BS.
I'm glad you had a fantastic birthday. Of course, I would do it 10 times over just to see the look on her face. You guys are going to see it. Just to see the look on her face was absolutely priceless. I would do that 10 times over again. I actually enjoyed, I didn't enjoy setup, but I enjoyed throwing the party itself.
You know what's crazy though? I threw her a party for her birthday, and then she tried to one up me because she and surprised me. That's crazy. Wait till this day. It's about the competition now.
You can't surprise. No, that was the surprise. Okay, you cannot top that surprise. I mean, come on, the balloon arch.
Yo, I left that up for a good minute.
The balloon arch snapped, and shout out to Clarissa and Shaniqua for doing the balloon arch while I was busy setting up everything else, and Kristanis too.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody for that. She really had everybody in here, and for hers, I was just in here by myself struggling. Yeah. That's why you got what you got.
Yeah, we had to pull in teamwork. Teamwork make the dream work, and we pulled
They
it
didn't
off.
turn the damn Ring camera off, so I couldn't see who was coming in the house. Everything. It was crazy. They turned their locations off because they know I'm a little nosy.
And what's so crazy is, remember I sent that text like, "Oh, sorry, I thought you were here." That's because I thought you seen us on the Ring camera and was like,
it goes off so much that sometimes I ignore it. And then it did go off, and I seen like it said someone is calling you when somebody was ringing the doorbell. And I went to go click it. I'm like, what, the app acting stupid?
Totally oblivious to everything that was going on. I'm just like, I hope that didn't set off bells and whistles, but it didn't, and we pulled it off. So shout out to the gang because we definitely pulled it together. And then you go into Florida. I'm just glad you had a great birthday.
I needed to, get away.
Even with everything, I'm glad she had a great birthday in then especially Florida. Shout out to Florida. We're praying for them because I feel, oh my gosh, I'm literally terrified. Did you not see that clip when the mayor was like, if you are not evacuating, you're gonna die?
Helene was a wake-up call. This is literally catastrophic, and I can say without any dramatization whatsoever, if you choose to stay in one of those evacuation areas, you're going to die.
Wow. I mean,
I didn't see the clip, but I seen like the people talking about it. But I go on the CNN storm tracker, and I've been watching where it's hitting. Yeah. And I have 2 people very close to me that live in Florida. And I hope you guys, stay safe because they're staying there. They're not evacuating with their hard-headed butts. But I hope you guys stay safe. I hope you got everything you need. I hope you bunkered up your houses and everything because I've had to evacuate from hurricanes before, and it's not a fun thing. So
it's sick. Literally, it not being any gas, the hotel prices going up. Like, people really do not have, and that kind of bothered me because it's like evacuate. Like, I understand, but it's like some people really do not have the means.
You don't have the money,
and now you see there's people that are literally stuck on the highway, having to probably go through this storm on the highway. Literally, I seen somebody's Facebook post about that earlier.
How you gonna tell somebody to evacuate and then shut down everything before people have time to evacuate?
No gas, no nothing. It's literally insane. And then I just seen it jump back up to a category 5. It went down to a 3. It went back up. That's insane.
You're not really gonna know how hard it hits till it hits land.
I'm scared for.
And they're trying to say it's gonna be like Katrina.
Yeah.
Katrina. Sorry. It wouldn't be me if I didn't make a joke in a serious situation. But
it was crazy. I literally was after Helene, and I made this joke to my best friend who is in Florida, and that's why I was just like, this hurricane thing is like, sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas.
Which is crazy because they had a hurricane the week before my birthday. The week of my birthday, it was calm, and then I come back home, and it's a whole nother hurricane again. So shout out to your girl for dodging them. Hello.
Yeah, that's a blessing in itself.
But
those family and friends that we do have down there, we are definitely praying for you guys. I really wish I had wings because I would fly down there and get my best friend myself. Like, come on. We're getting out of here. We're getting out of here. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Prayers to everybody down there.
Prayers to everybody because this is going to be sick. It's insane. But let's jump into today's topic, which is
love languages. Talk to me.
Now,
your love language.
If you don't know,
sorry, that's my John. Sorry.
If you don't know what the love languages are, I love me some good definitions. I love definitions of things. And for the longest time, I didn't actually know the definitions of love languages. So just in case you don't know what they are, I have them on my cute little index card. So, one of your, what are they, five? Five of them? Five love languages. Words of affirmation, personally a favorite. But the definition is expressing love through spoken or written words. And they can be encouragement, it can be praise, it can be appreciation. Love that one. Acts of service, showing love by doing helpful or thoughtful things for your partner, like chores or errands, which is, that ain't a bad one to me either. Receiving gifts, and I know a lot of people really love the receiving gifts one, but it is giving or receiving physical tokens of love, showing thoughtfulness and effort. Quality time, I think that's like my second favorite. It's giving undivided attention and spending meaningful time together. A good one. And last but not least, physical touch, and not that kind of touching all of the time for you. I
No,
don't want to say hornballs,
we like
but
that touch too, though.
we love that touch, of course, but it doesn't always have to be that kind of touch. It's just expressing love through physical closeness, like hugs and kisses and holding hands and maybe little rub downs, and those are the good things. But those of your,
So your top two are
we're
words of.
gonna get to that.
Okay,
We're
I
gonna
was
get to
curious
that.
because you was like, "This is my favorite. I like this. I like this." I'm
I'm
like,
gonna put
"Oh,
it in there.
well, what's your favorite then, sissy?"
I ain't gonna leave it out, but we've got questions to go with love languages. So, question number one: how important is it to know your partner's love language? What do you think?
It's very important, because your love language, and the way you like to be loved, and the way
Mm-hmm.
you like to love may be different than how your partner wants to be loved and like to be loved. So you gotta know how to treat them too, to make it all
So it's pretty
work
much
together.
a part of learning each other.
Hmm.
And do you think that's worth a conversation about? Like a conversation saying, "Hey, this is what my love language is." I'm always tongue tied during these videos.
Hmm. Must be the liquor. There's
Dang.
something in this liquor. Oh yeah, the air is getting thicker. Okay, sorry.
Like, do you, I know I have personally, like I would say, "Hey, like what are your love languages?" It's not just random. Like I could be on the phone or like scrolling through Facebook or something like that, and I'll see something about love languages pop up, and I'll be like, "What's your love languages, or what's your top two, or let's take this test and see what our love languages are."
I never did the test thing. It was just like a general conversation. Like with the last nigga, it wasn't like a, oh, what's your love language? It was just, we just had a general conversation. Like I made it known that I'm about to tell y'all mine. I'm very much a quality time and physical touch type of person. Like, I mean, words of affirmation is like a close third. Like I
Mm-hmm.
like to hear how you feel, and just hearing praises and stuff, but definitely quality time. Like I phones off, like us just vibing, us talking. I like to touch. I'm a very touchy person, not just sexual, like rubbing your head. I like my feet rubbed. I like
Yeah,
all that, like,
for sure.
cuddles. I'm very much a cuddle person, you know what I'm saying? It's getting cold. Get yourself a big girl. Hello. uh, but I like cuddling and different things like that. So just based off our regular conversations of like what we like, we kind of learned each other's
Yeah.
love language, and he was basically the same way, which is physical touch and quality time. And that's,
And it's not always get yourself a big girl. You can get yourself a big guy too. Thank you.
yes, I had
Two.
one of them. Ain't shit neither. Anyway, but get yourself a big person. We are cuddly. It is getting cold, and we will keep you warm very much.
Us not as big, but slightly thick in them hips. We keep you warm too. Oh yeah. All right, not too much. For me, it's in the thighs and these arms. That's all. That's all you need.
Or like back to the physical, like the little things, like we in the car and you just put your hand on that thigh.
Love it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, or you just holding my hand, or we in the mall, or we're in the store or something, and
Yeah.
you just grab me closer, or just stuff like that. I love it. It's like
I especially
ecstasy.
love being grabbed by my, like, grab me by my hip, grip me up.
Like I like especially when you like rough, like yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
like, come
yours, baby.
here,
Yes,
come
yes.
here. Now, can different love languages create challenges in a relationship?
I feel like if you don't know how to be there for that person in their love languages, like if you're somebody who wants to give gifts, give gifts, and that
Mm,
person's not the type of gift give, you know what I'm saying,
yeah,
type person, it can also cause things. Or some, I like to be touch and touch, but there are some people who are not
we're
like
not
that. You
touchy.
kind of gotta like at that moment, both of y'all would kind of have to compromise on
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. And it even though it can be a conversation, I think it also gets noticed maybe naturally over a little bit of time. Like, you'll notice, like, hey, this person doesn't like to be touched, or they're not used to being touched as much. So it's like, let's ease them into it, or actually sit and have that conversation, because some people won't say anything. Like, hey, I don't like being touched like this. I know I've said it, because there's certain ways I don't like being touched, and I
Mm-hmm.
have to. I'll let it go, like our last episode. Like, I'll let certain little pet peeves go for a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll be like, don't, don't do that more. I don't. But that's me with physical touch. So it's in the middle. It's in the middle for me. But it's, I don't know how challenging it is when your objective is to get to know your partner. Like, it doesn't become a challenge or deal breaker, because it's all about getting to know your partner, regardless if it's a conversation or not. Because you can have a conversation and that not be what they actually show. They could say, hey, my love languages are quality time and receiving gifts, but you can see that they like being touched a little bit more than they like receiving gifts.
Mm-hmm.
So even the words may not always match the actions. So it's literally just paying attention to your
Mm-hmm.
partner.
Now I do like all the love languages. I'm not gonna lie. I
Of
like
course.
gifts. I like words of affirmation.
Of course.
I like acts of service. Like I was telling you last time, you coming out here and fixing my car just because you want to. That I like stuff like that.
Right.
But my top two are those two. To me, they go hand in hand. There's no like,
Yeah. There's no one without the other.
yeah.
I would say, so what's the primary out of the two? What did you say the primary was?
Um, Definitely quality time, because with we're adults and how life works, and if we're not living together, I'm not always going to be there to touch you or to
Right.
see you. So quality time could be you just spending time on the phone with me and we just talking. It could be FaceTime. It could be
Yeah.
us picking a favorite, because I've done long distance relationships, so it can be something of us like we watching our favorite show and we just spending our time like yeah. Now I'm tongue tied. Every time you start, I start. Us just picking out time for each other and making sure we have time for each other. Like I'm definitely like I'm not the type of person that's super clingy and I gotta have you every second of the
Right.
day, but I do require attention.
Right.
And that's to me where the quality time comes in. I don't always want us to just be on our phones doing whatever. Like
Right. And
let's put our
plenty of
phones
it.
down. Yeah.
Let's vibe here.
Mhm.
Eye contact. I love
Mhm.
eye
Very
contact.
much so.
Talk to me directly in my face, and then we're good. That's all that matters. For me, words of affirmation is my big one. I'm a Leo.
I'm
You hear
I'm
me?
about to say she's a Leo. She a
I'm a
damn
Leo.
Leo.
You hear me say it? You're always gonna hear me say it. I'm a Leo. So what do we like? We like praise. We like, we like some words. Like, let me tell me how you feel. I like to hear it. Boost my head up, gas my ego, all that. I love it. That's my big one. And quality time is my second, because I do love spending a lot of time, no matter what we're doing, even if it's just like chilling in the house, watching a movie, going out. We just went to the escape room, loved it. We gotta go. We have to
We
go.
do.
Loved it. It was incredible.
But that's why I say dates don't always have to require a whole bunch of money.
Yeah. No,
Like I
either
told
or.
you, one of the best days I had was us just walking and talking and holding hands and watching the sunset. We also had a good date where we were just I'm very much into like views and outside and shit. Um just watching the stars, looking at the moon,
Mm-hmm.
talking, you know what I'm saying? A little blunt in the hand, whatever. And we just, we talking and getting to know each other even better. Like some of my best and deepest conversations have been on the most simplest dates. Do I
Yep.
like good dates? Yes, I do. I'm not saying that. Don't try to be cheap all the time. But
She means don't be cheap, but she likes simple things.
but I do like simple things.
Simple things.
You don't always have to do that.
I think, especially, I do like a good walk in the park, and I feel like it gives room. I mean, it doesn't have to be a walk in the park, but just anywhere you can talk. That part of the quality time, it's creating that deeper bond, and it's also a form of intimacy that doesn't require physical sex.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of ways to be intimate, but creating that deeper bond during quality time is super important because you could not know your partner at all and just know them on the surface.
Mm-hmm.
But if you give time and space for them to dig deep and keep a conversation going, where are we going at a park we just got here? We're going to be here for like 2 hours. We got plenty of time to talk about a lot of things, especially if there's a good view.
Because you just meeting people's representative half the time. That's what I call it. They representative. You don't really know people
Right.
until you have these deep conversations.
Right, surface level.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't like to stay surface level. Like, I want to know. I don't want to say everything like up front, but
I want to know a lot. I want to know you. I want to know your deepest, darkest fears, your
Right.
wildest dreams, your ambition, what you want to do, what's your plan in the next 5 years.
Right.
Like, I want to know all that. Like, and I'm very much a listener, and you could attest to that.
Yep.
I'm very much like I want to hear everything. I love hearing people's goals and what's in your head. Like,
Right.
I'm always been like that.
And then especially like even for like planning ahead, I want to know your goals so I can see how they align with mine, and then see how we put them together to move forward in the relationship or the dating or whatever you want to call it. But again, that deeper bond, it can't happen without that quality time.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have time for me, then what relationship do we really have? How are we getting to that deeper connection? It's not going to happen. So yeah, that is a big one. Quality time is super big now.
But I feel like quality time is big with me with anybody I love, like outside of just regular relationships too. Like, I call you all the time.
Yep.
Like, I love you, and that's like, okay, let's talk, let's this, let's that, let's hang out. Even this is quality time for us together. It's another thing we could bond and know each other better on how we view different things. You know what I'm saying? So, even with my mom and my dad, I call my dad all the time. We just have our quality time, our conversations. There's times where I'm stuck up in my room and I'll randomly just go and, hug my mother just because, you know what I'm saying? And that's another thing, physical touch is different with people. I think family, like my mom, my dad, I'll give hugs and stuff like that. My man, whoever I'm dating or whatever, is very much physical touch. I don't hug y'all as much.
One of my questions.
Oh, I'm sorry. I kind of just took your question.
No. I think you're good to bounce around. I do think. I mean, it doesn't really appease to that, but the question was, are there love languages you struggle with either in receiving or give? No, it was a different question. Whatever the question was, it was based around family and friends, like a non-romantic relationship.
Are there certain love languages that feel easier or harder to express with non-romantic relationships, families, and friends? So, my mom, my dad, yeah, definitely. Like, I'm a hug you. I didn't came out of y'all. It's different. Friends wise, I'm not too super touchy. Like, I hug you, here and there, but I'm definitely more like I said, a quality time. Like, pandemic, we spent all the time together, and there really wasn't much sleeping. Half of our quality time was, all right, it's nap time, sissy, let's go to sleep. Like, that's what it is for me. And then I think that's another thing with me and Allie with our friendship. She's a very touchy person where, like, with that, like, I'll give you a hug and stuff, but I'm not the one that's going to, like, grip you up and hang up on you and stuff like that.
Me and Allie are kind of one and the same, but they're not totally the same because I'm not going to stronghold you into a hug. But if you notice, for the most part, I may not do it with you all the time, but like, because probably because I see you all of the time. But let's say if I'm going to like visit Clarissa or something, I think if anybody gets the most hugs, I think it is Clarissa, and I don't know why. And I feel like that's been like that since we were in high school. Like, every time we seen each other, we gave each other a hug. Or every time we see each other, we be like, hey, I love you. Because usually between me and Clarissa, we actually never know when we're going to see each other. So it's like, hey, I might see you for the next week straight, but I probably won't see you for 3 or 4 months after that. Now that I'm closer again, It's not like that. Now that I'm closer again, it's not like that. But me and Clarissa have also experienced that separation to where I was always moving. So it's like I could be in Jersey for a half a year and then I go to Delaware. I mean, you guys experienced that too, but I do think she took that a lot harder because it's like, dang, she was right there on the corner. I seen her every day, and now she's moving to Delaware, and now she's coming back, and I feel like she took that very, very hard. So we definitely have this, hey, give you a hug anytime I'm leaving. I love you. I'll see you later. We'd say I love you to each other
all the
all the time.
time.
Like it.
But again,
Everything.
that kind of, I guess, our love language to each other is definitely quality time and words of affirmation because we're
Yeah.
always filling each other up, like
Yeah.
in that way and boosting each other. I tell you pretty all the time. Like I tell you when you's a bad bitch. That's my sister. Like I hype her up all the time. So I think those are generally my love languages with my friends. Period. Kristana's definitely not a touchy person. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm more touchy than she is.
Yeah. She's
I go
not
to
touchy.
go and she's but
Don't touch me!
Yeah,
like you
she's
know what
not
I'm
touchy at all.
saying.
She's never been.
She's I think the most hug I got was on my birthday this whole damn year. Special
Poor Tana.
occasion. Let me give you a hug.
Poor Tana. Here's a hug. Little pat on the back.
That's Tana, and I respect that. But Tana, we definitely are quality time people. Like we're supposed to go to the gun range and things and trying to do fun things. So again, quality time, y'all.
Quality time is
Spend some time with me.
Spend some time, even just with your friends or your family. It's quality time. I'm learning that, my mom's not that much of a physical person, and neither really is my dad. So it's more quality time, I guess. Maybe receiving gifts. My mom loves a good gift. My mom loves a good gift. So I think that's one of her high love languages is a gift.
My mom too. She's very much like, oh, I seen this and I got this for you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's definitely
She'll
her.
come home with literally anything, like whether it's for me or not. Even if it's for the kids, it's still for me because it's like, hey, I got this for the kids.
I think with my dad is definitely quality time. Me and my dad talk all the time.
Yeah.
And make sure we put that time in. Even though I may not see my dad for a couple months, we still on the phone and FaceTime. We talk all the time.
That's it's not challenging because it happens natural. Like with everybody, it just brings me back to all of that kind of happens natural with how well you know that person and what you get used to. Like you said, you're used to Kristana not being like touchy, and that's something you knew over time. It's not something that you know up front, or like when you first met her, be like, hey, are you a touchy person? It's like,
no, we just kind of got into that, and I learned how she was. Now, will she give me a hug sometimes to appease me? Yeah, like do I think she like it all the time? Probably hell no, but she's gonna do it because she loves me, and I give her space because I love her. But I know that's gang just from quality time and how we talk, So
now,
shout out to you, boo.
I'm cracking up. Do you think society emphasizes certain love languages more than others?
Social media wise, I feel like it's a lot of like, you see them big girlfriend proposals and all the most going. So I feel like it's a lot of like receiving and
Absolutely.
acts of service. Like you see a lot of that. Oh, I love when he does this or she does this and this, that, and the other. People don't really talk a lot about quality time or physical touch. And if you're talking about physical touch, you're talking about the other physical touch. Words of affirmation. I see that sometimes depending on like my algorithm because of me. But a lot of the things I'm seeing are like the
It's kind
big
of
gestures.
socially, it's like in the middle. Words of affirmation. It's kind of like receiving gifts is the number one thing, and it's like
I think that's because they want you to spend money.
everything wants you to spend money. Social media just wants you to spend money. That's it, and that's receiving gifts, giving gifts is the big number one. You see everybody doing their cute little dates and their setups, and that's how people are making money. Though you can't lie there when people want to do their little hotel room setup.
Those are cute, and I do like that. I don't take nothing from that. I do want that, but do I need that all the time? No. Right. What I do like frequently is flowers. That it don't cost that much to go to the grocery store and spend $15 on some flowers. If you can go and spend $30 on some weed, you can go and buy me some actual flowers. No, I'm serious though. I love lilies and only receive lilies from somebody once. Now I've gotten roses and other things sometimes. Like my mom, even part of, like I said, her love language, flowers. The flowers you see here, I got
Yeah.
for my birthday. Like people know I like those things. I do like that. So like those little simple things. But do I need it all the time? No, but I do
I
like
ain't saying
flowers.
much, but my flower vase has been empty for a couple weeks now. And I like going downstairs and seeing my flowers in my vase because it just puts a random smile on
I
my
don't want to
face.
hear it because you didn't have more sunflowers than I had lilies. Let's be
I
for
love
real. Let's be for real.
I love my sunflowers. I love roses too, but I'm just throwing it out there that the vase is empty. Okay, and
Well, you see, I have a good amount of them. Give me
I'm
some flowers.
I'm not used to the vase right now. I think I'm so spoiled with it. I'm not used to it being empty. You can't unspoil me from my flowers. I'm just saying. Now I need them because it's like a for me the flowers. It just gives me a daily reminder, like you're okay. Like you might be stressing. Usually I'm stressing about my kids. I'm stressing about whatever. Trying to clean up my house, and it's with kids, it's you're constantly cleaning. I'm constantly aggravated, yelling at the kids. That's constant for me. That doesn't stop. So I like to look over and be like, I have flowers in my face. They're so
No,
pretty.
definitely. Like with them sitting on the table, I walk out to
Yeah,
go to work. It's nice. Like, oh, they really thought about me. It's the thought.
right. It's the
It's
thought
the
process
thought.
behind it. It's like, oh, they got me these flowers just for this purpose, like so I can see them and I can feel good for a
And
second.
it's not even just romantically though. I like
Yeah.
them from anybody. Like my mom brought me roses when I was sad, and that like totally
Oh,
made my day. Like nice,
yeah.
beautiful red roses, and she just brought it because she
Yeah.
knows I like flowers, and she wanted to make my day. And that's just my mom. Like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
These flowers was from my homie Sade. Shout out to you too. Like you just I like flowers, and you're just like here. I thought about you. So it don't even have to just be
Yeah.
all romantic. It's just
In
love in
general,
general. Yeah.
it's showing love, and
Even though they dying a little bit, they dying. Anybody want to say
I will say this.
some lilies?
I will say I've probably only ever seen my mom get flowers from me specifically because I'll randomly see some flowers and be like, oh, I'm thinking of my mom because again she likes receiving gifts. So I'll randomly buy her flowers, but I don't remember her getting too many flowers from like other people.
Mm-hmm.
It's more just so maybe that's why I like flowers so much because I didn't see her get them a lot. But that's all okay too.
Just because what I'm saying. It don't always have to be a a situation or a special occasion or something.
Yeah,
So
so that's a good part about that. Now, are there love languages that you struggle with, either in receiving or giving, and how would you work on that?
um struggle with. I don't feel like I struggle with the only thing that would be harder, and this is relationship wise, is not being able to touch you. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Like on like the physical touch, like you not being touched. Like I was talking to this one guy, and physical touch wasn't his thing, and that was something I kind of struggled with because like I want to cuddle, I want to lay on your chest. Like it
Hmm.
don't have to be all the time, but like we got to compromise on
It was making
something.
you feel some type of
Yeah, it
way.
was like, dang, now I gotta sleep and you want to cuddle with just a little like leg or something. Like, nah, turn around and wrap your arms around me or let me lay on your chest. Like little things like that. Hold my hand, put your hand on my thigh or something. Like make me feel like something. Like I don't know. Um, that was something I struggled with, and I think that's part of the reason why I kind of distanced myself from them,
Hmm.
which maybe might have been my problem. Where I try to be better in other things. Like I know you like receiving gifts. I know you like acts of service. I done paid for your own retwist, and I'm sitting here looking like puffy. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
I've done
it
things
makes you
like
feel some
that,
type of way for sure.
but definitely physical touch. I feel like because that's really a big thing for me. So like if I can't touch you at all, it's a struggle
I will say,
relationship wise.
relationship wise, now in my past relationship, I hated not receiving gifts. I'm not going to lie. I am not listen. I am not. I hated it. It's not even that I hated it, but it's not high up on my list. But it's like I go and I pay for your haircuts. or I buy you some sneakers, which you're never supposed to buy somebody some shoes, and I keep forgetting that.
They
But
walk right out your
they
life.
walk right out of your life. I mean, I didn't personally buy the shoes. I will say that. Like, I just gave the money for the shoes. But still, at this point, I feel like even if you give the money for the shoes, they're going to walk out your life. Still, it's like I didn't like that I didn't receive the same things,
Mm-hmm.
but it was top tier for quality time and acts of service. He actually did lack on the words of affirmation because he definitely could have did a lot better with that. But the acts of service was probably his number one and like my number four. He loved the house to be clean. Cool, I'm gonna clean the house, make sure it's clean when I get there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would walk in on some days and he would have cleaned the house. And I love that. I'd just be like, wow, you did a great job in here. Thank you, because now I don't have to do it tomorrow. Like sometimes I guess it depends on the person. Now, in this relationship, um, physical touch hasn't really been an issue, but he's not used to it. Like he's not used to somebody holding his arm in public, and I literally won't let him go. Like I will, if we're sitting down, like say we go to a restaurant, we set the bar, I will hold his arm the entire time. Like I don't know why, I would just have to be touching his arm, and I think for me, it's like making sure he feels good and appreciated, but he's not used to it, so it's still something that he's getting used to. For me, I don't really think I have any problems because he does great with the words of affirmation.
I know, I've heard it
Constantly. Admiration. I love it. Like I
plenty
said,
of
the physical
times.
touch is in
He's even
quality
talking about you
time.
when you're not around.
The quality time is top tier. It's great. For the most part. Kind of struggle with that, but that's more so because
The
of
what?
quality time.
Oh,
More so because of babysitting and whatever else. But he does
dating
really good
with
with that.
kids is a little hard.
Dating with kids is hard. It's something that people don't talk about enough. Is dating with kids is very hard, but as long as your partner is patient and willing and caring,
But
you
that's
make
where
it
I
work.
said the quality time could go anywhere because the last person I talked to had a good amount of kids, and I know you had to be there, but I like
Mm,
seeing a good dad, especially a good black dad. Like I love seeing it because a lot of them are absent.
mm-hmm.
So it's just like as long as you made the time. So okay, you about to go spend this time with your kids, but you took an hour out your day to make sure you talk to me and
Yeah,
spend some time with me, and I'm
always
cool with
making
that.
sure that you are thinking of that person and let them know that you're thinking of them.
But I feel like the dating with kids is hard both ways. Like having kids and dating, and then you being the person who doesn't have kids, and you're
Absolutely.
used to getting up and going, and now you have to wait. Like you can be, I'm very understanding, so I get it. But I wouldn't be human if sometimes I'm like, dang, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's not some type of way, but a little type of way. Like dang, I can't even see you. Not on no bad, not like not on no bad terms. Like oh, I'm mad because you couldn't, because I understand your
Right.
kids are your
No, we
top
know us
priority.
moms, we definitely feel that way on the flip end. Like, dang, I can't find a sitter, so I can't spend time with you. Then I feel bad, and then I don't want you to feel bad because it's like pretty much waiting on me now. So,
But then that's why we have these conversations in the beginning, because then it's like okay, I already know what to
right.
expect. I know I'm not going to see you 24/7. I know you're not always going to have time to come over here and hang with me and different things because you have those priorities. And I know when you have kids, I'm not your number one priority. Your kids
Mm,
are.
yeah.
That's where dating with people with kids are a little difficult, but I understand.
Yeah, it becomes a challenge, especially when you have smaller children. I
Mhm.
think when you have bigger kids, it's not like super hard, but when you have smaller children, it is hard because you definitely need a babysitter regardless. But like my son is not, so he's not as hands on. But with Cam being one, it's like she needs a lot of attention. So now you
Attached to
need
the titty.
she's still very attached. 4 episodes in and she's still very attached, but we've been doing a little better. A little. I didn't say a lot. Been doing a little better with it. Please be serious. A little better. I didn't say it was great improvement. So she is attached, but again, even with my partner being around me and the kids, he's very understanding and very patient and he's supportive. And that's what you have to look for when you're dating with kids.
And then when you get to a certain point where y'all comfortable with each other and they can be around the kids, the quality time can be with you and the kids.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I haven't really hit that part yet. And not for nothing. But
No, it still takes time. Everything's still fresh.
not even that. I think it's just finding the time. And I really think it's because when I want to get away, I want to get away from the kids. So I'm going to go have my date. And that's going to be my break away from the kids. But I can't always be like that. I got to include them in some more.
Especially if that's going to be somebody like long term.
Yeah.
That you plan on being with for a minute.
It's a force of habit. Like, I'm out of here. Sit home. Goodbye. Like, I need the break from you. Therefore, I'm going to take this solo date. But as it does become more long term, they do have to be included more and more. So I'm working on it. They just get on my nerves like kids do. They get on your nerves no matter what. You can be the best parent in the world, and I bet you your kids are still going to get on your nerves because they're kids.
I'm grown and I still get on my mama nerve. It ain't never going to change either.
No. So it's just you learn how to deal with it, and your potential partner learns how to deal with it too. Now, my potential partner also knows, not potential partner, but my partner knows I don't want no more kids. I ain't going to sugarcoat nothing. I don't. And we really do it. I don't want anymore. I'm not saying I'm not open to
But say
it.
he don't have no kids. You gonna jeopardize that man from having?
I'm not saying that, but it makes me feel bad because even when we're sitting on the phone, he hears what I'm going through with the kids, and then he'd be like, "You know what, babe, we don't have to." Like,
I ain't gonna
you're
lie,
tired
because what we
now.
just went through just before we started this podcast, I was just like, maybe I'm good at just being an auntie.
Yeah, they're a handful.
But everybody says it's different when you have your own. So
It is.
but y'all got a good maybe about another 4 or 5 years. By the time I hit 33 and I ain't got no damn kids, it's over. No, dead ass. If I'm 33 and I don't have no kids, it is what it is. I'm not about to be
I
one
don't
of them
blame you.
super old moms and
Yeah, I don't blame
whatever. My friends have enough kids for me. You know, I see your kids like my kids. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So it's enough. If I want to have that like that type of affection, with the kids, I'll be quick to. If I want them, I'll take them.
But that's another thing that I keep thinking is that it's like, man, when I hit 30, I don't even want to think about no more kids. Like, I really don't. It's because I don't want to be 35 with a 1
A
year
1 year
old.
old.
Like, that's gonna blow me.
And
like,
then I'm one of them old moms at the graduation. And my mom was like, but that's because your friends' moms had kids young. And I said, I get that. But like, I guess in this day and age, like even now, I would be more of a older mom, like 28, and that's my first 28. 20.
damn. What she say to
And me, I'm 56 years old.
Damn. I'm sorry.
me? Damn.
Damn. 28, and that be having my first one. Like I'm still young, but then the following ones, like my mom had me at 24, about to turn 25, and then she had the other two at 32 and 34. So when I graduated high school, my sister was 7. You get what I'm saying? Like that's a big gap. And my mom, when I graduated high school, my mom was 42. She was already one of the older ones there.
Dang, how old is Mika?
30 something.
Mika is 47 now.
Oh, well, yeah, in her 30s.
So when I graduated, that was
How old is she said now?
47.
So then she was 37 because we've been out of high school for 10 years.
Yeah, so she was 37, but she had to be young. So it's like, I'd rather be 37 at graduation than 37 starting over. And people say it's not like terrible, but at the same time, it's just like, I'm ready for that free time to where I don't have to.
And now she feel like she can have a hot girl summer because all her kids grown.
Yeah.
It took, like I told you, 10 years ago. So she didn't already. I'm 28. She's 18. So now she can go do what she wanted to do, even though low key she could, because being older sucks and you stuck watching the damn kids. Sorry, Teach. You become that older sibling. Which goes back to what you're saying. When they get older, you can do more because they can stay home.
Yeah, and that's why it's like having the starting all over. And I mean,
You already started all over.
I did, but now that I'm a year and a half, a little over a year and a half in, I just couldn't see myself. Yeah, I know, right? Time is going so fast. Like
Just
she's
hold her.
almost two.
Just.
Right at this moment, I couldn't imagine going back to 0. You're just coming out of the cooch. No, no, I'm already tired of changing diapers now. You want me to do it again? So, if my partner wanted kids that bad, it would need to happen in the next year or two.
But which would also be the difference. And when I say this, I'm not trying to be rude, but you and your first baby father, it was young when you and him split up and you spent a lot of time being a single mother.
Yeah.
You split up fast with the last one and you basically been a single mother. If this is your husband, you're not there by yourself.
This is very true.
So it's not like you're just handling it all. When you need a break, you have somebody else who's actively there in the home to give you a break.
And that also comes with trusting them to make sure that they're there. If that's your husband, yeah, but your husband could be absent too.
You could be a single mom and husband, but that's what I'm saying. Part of the reason why I don't have no damn kids because I don't trust nobody to just. I don't want to do it alone. I've watched it enough. I've watched my mother for most of my life. I've watched you. I've watched other women who are close to me in my life do it alone, and I don't want that. So honestly, in my head, it's like if I don't have kids, and everybody's like, "Oh, shit happens, da 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 da," and shit does happen, and I would handle my business. But if I can plan it the way I'd want to, I would be married again. This time, never mind. Married again, but with like kids, like and us be together and you be an active. That's what active parent, and that's why I look how guys are now when I'm dating. Are you a family man? I love a family man. I know if you take good care of your mom and you take good care of everybody else, with me, you're going to take care of me and my kids.
No, I agree.
So that's why I'm slow walking.
That's always a turn on. Seeing a man be an ad.
Exactly.
I like him.
That's why I'm slow walking this shit.
Like that's the type of stuff that make you want to give him a kid. Like,
my clock is ticking. So if it don't happen, it don't happen.
My clock ran out, and I'm standing firm on. I'm tired, B. I am. Stop. She always does that. Like I'm just supposed to. It took me 8 years to pop out the second one. 8. When everybody was like, "When are you gonna have more kids?" The one is getting lonely. The one is making me not want to have any more. Not even the second. The firstborn. The second, I'm just tired of changing diapers, and that little attitude is starting to get real sassy.
She's a Pisces.
And she's also mine.
Exactly. She came from a Leo and a Capricorn. I don't think
she didn't stand a chance.
And that's why TJ don't stand. A Leo and a Taurus. I feel like that's a worse combination if you ask me. That's why he's so dang spicy.
Poor baby dad. I'm so sorry. Yeah, we didn't.
Anybody born in May is cuckoo. So
Capricorns aren't far off. I'll tell you that. So,
I dated one of them too.
Honestly, but
that man was a special case.
I've had. Do I want to say I've had better relationships?
And if you watching
with Taurus,
you heard what I said. Special case. Sorry. Continue.
My encounter with Taurus versus Capricorns is like 2 to 4. 2 to 5. It's like 2 to 5. I have more encounters with Taurus than I do with Capricorns, and I don't understand that. But my experience with the one Capricorn is so crazy. I probably could not take another Capricorn, at least not another January one.
But see, again, special case, because my Capricorn and your Capricorn born on the same day, a year apart. 2 separate people.
Yes.
That man is way more calm. I think it bothered me that he was too calm. Like, he was too nonchalant at times. Where yours turned up. I want to know when his moon sign.
Yeah, I was about to say, it must be them other signs coming into play because, And I mean.
And how you're raised and different other things in your environment.
Yeah. So,
nature versus nurture. I can get into that too. But that's a whole nother conversation for another time.
Nature versus.
It's like,
you don't want to touch on that? Just I'm just curious on your view.
nature versus nurture. Basically, one is like you and like how I'm saying how Tej is and how Cam is and how naturally how they are, and then other people just based on their environment, because
Yeah.
you are who you are based on how you were raised in the environment around you. And
Need me to fill this up for you too,
you can,
sister girl.
but then I would have to go definition and go looking all that up, which we could do that another time, because
Absolutely.
that's me getting into my like psychological.
Yeah, I studied that a little bit. That's why I was curious about your stance, because it's like when I took my actual like psych classes, I was just like, you know what?
I agree with both. I agree with both. I don't think it's one or
Over
the
the
other.
other.
I think it's
Yeah,
both of
they
them.
both play a big, big, big part. But I think we did good on love languages today. What
Yes,
do
we
you think?
did.
I think this was a great show. Now, the big problem is coming up with a name for this channel. So we have been so stuck on coming up with a name so much that if you come up with a good name and leave it in the comments, I might have a gift for you. What do you think?
I'll cash app you $20.
Okay, she made the big jump. I was thinking I buy a
She'll
little
gift
something.
you something. I'll cash app you $20 because I'm stuck. We want something besides, Wine Wednesday with Monet and Asia.
Yeah, and we don't know. Listen, we've already went through the Chat GPT options. We don't like them.
Not at
Come up
all.
with something fresh, something that gives, something that says Monet and Asia or Asia and Monet. It's something that says us together. That is what we need. And
Definitely.
we could definitely.
And if you feel our bond from watching us with the 4th episode, something with us. And while you're commenting that, I also want to know y'all love languages and y'all
Absolutely.
stance on these things. Thank you.
What's your favorite love language? What's your least favorite love language? Let's hear about it. And you can answer any of the questions that you heard, answer them in the comments.
Exactly.
But I think we've had a great episode. Again, I cannot stress this enough. I really want you guys to get these classes.
I knew where she was going with
Yeah,
it.
you know where I'm going. And I didn't get to bring the other set because
It's been a couple weeks, bro. It's been
a
some
couple
weeks.
We've missed you guys, of course. And as always, Dragon Glassware, Barbie, wine glasses, pink on the inside. Get your wine. We were drinking Sweet Lolly today, but not our
usual. This is like you got some orange in it. It's alright.
I think it tastes better when it's cold, but it's also still 17%. We've got to find that one that Jazz sent us.
Yeah, it was like 20 something. That's liquor,
That
bro.
is straight
That's liquor.
We got to find the XXL. It was XXL, right?
No, I thought it was. It might have been XXL.
I think it was an XXL, but it was like 27. So we're gonna be on the hunt for that, and hopefully we'll have it by next episode.
Yes.
But as always, this was Wind Down Wednesday with Monet and
your favorite Big Mama Asia.
bye.
Am I really that much?